My name is James, but you can call me Hacker Supreme, and when I jam with the console cowboys in cyberspace, I only use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN protects my privacy and security every time I use the internet. But on top of that, it enhances the PC gaming experience tenfold. Using ExpressVPN also helps knock down the time it takes to connect to servers, so I can start pwning noobs faster than ever. Consequences will never be the same. And when I'm not hacking the planet, I'm gaming to the extreme. With ExpressVPN, I can get the newest games earlier than anyone by accessing geo-restricted servers. Look at that, just got the hot new game from Japan before it even came out. But don't tell the cyber police. Even when I'm on the go, ExpressVPN is keeping my cyber stuff safe from all kinds of unsavory cyberspace scammers. With faster connection speeds, apps on every device, and at less than $7 a month with a 30-day cashback guarantee, it's no wonder ExpressVPN is the #1 rated VPN service by TechRadar. Take back your internet privacy today and find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description. Head to expressvpn.com/Cinemassacre.
Gonna take you back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. He'd rather eat the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry video game nerd.
Time to do a super game. Super Mario 64. No! That's right. It's back. I already played this game. I already showed you how bad it is, but it gets worse. Much worse. First, a little background. I complained already they should have used the Superman theme, by John Williams. But I didn't know at the time this was based on the Superman animated series. It was the second in what's often called the Timverse, or DC animated universe, which consisted of the highly acclaimed Batman the Animated Series, the new Batman Adventures, Batman Beyond, Static Shock, the Zeta Project, which absolutely no one remembers. Then finally, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, with a few features sprinkled here and there. Superman the Animated Series helped bring a lot of the mythology from the comics to a whole new audience. Characters who are often excluded from previous TV or film incarnations finally got more attention and have since gained popularity and shown up in other shows and movies. It was regarded as a great series, so it's surprising it led to one of the worst games ever made. Alright, enough of the history lesson. Let's get on with this shit. So, here's an interesting detail I missed before. The story of the game is that Lex Luthor has hidden Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, and Emma Hamilton in his virtual world. That's right, this entire video game takes place inside a video game. You'd think a genius like Lex Luthor would use his ability to create anything in a virtual world and come up with some crazy obstacles or enemies for Superman to face, so what did he decide on? You know. Rings. Yeah, not messing around this time. So picking up from last time, after another round of rings, I have to fight a few shadow men. Alright, I'm gonna land and just punch them. No, I can't land because they're under me. Oh, and now I'm through the floor? And then oh, yeah, of course. I should have expected something like that. These guys are not hard to take out, but I can't land. When you're not flying at full speed, you just hover. I can't get to the last guy in time. Ah, fuck! Finally, I'm able to punch all of them and get through another round of rings, and then I end up having to save 3 people from tornadoes. This should be really easy. You should just be able to use your super breath. No, he has no super breath. He just blows. Oh, you have to collect your superpowers. Oh, okay. So I get the super breath, I go to the tornado, but I can't slow down in time. By the time I activate my power, the tornado's too far away and kills people. One time I was lucky enough to get both tornadoes in time at the right point and blow them away. But guess what? These tornadoes come back as the final boss in another Superman game. Now I'm in sort of a dam. Goddamn dam. These levels are nothing but mazes full of backtracking. You gotta throw robots and cardboard boxes into lasers, find the key card, go back to the beginning, flick a switch on a computer, blow up more robots, avoid a giant electric eel, drain the dam, and then a guy tells you to disarm some bombs before the clock runs out. Gee, where have I heard that one before? Luckily, you could pick up the super speed power-up. That should help. Oh dear. Where am I? The Phantom Zone? Oh, gee, and you have to start the whole level over because there's no checkpoints. On the way to the bombs, you have a boss fight with Mala. She was like the cartoons version of Ursa from Superman 2. All right, here we go. Get ready for this epic boss battle. Well, that was anticlimactic. You know it's bad when the level enemies are harder than the boss. Let's see what's next. What could possibly follow that up?
Then there's no time to waste.
No. No way. Oh no. They move! Why do they have to move? Oh, wow! Yeah, they really changed it up! You know, it's a scary thought. What if this was some kid's first exposure to Superman? Maybe they got the game for Christmas or their birthday or something. They hear about this awesome guy who can do anything, and then they pop the game in, and it's nothing but fucking rings! This would ruin the character of Superman for anybody. And if the rings weren't enough to do it for you, this weird 3D face will. Well, this is the ugliest digital Superman face I've ever seen. Second ugliest. Alright, now I'm at this puzzle, yeah, a puzzle, where I have to use different computers to make these letters say Luthor. I'm sure there's probably some pattern or strategy, but all I did was keep clicking until it got solved. Not sure how I did it, and I don't care. Now we get to Luthor's office where we fight Brainiac, one of the most badass Superman villains. He let Krypton die, has knowledge from worlds all over the universe, can shoot blasts of energy from his hands, and once mind-controlled Batman. This is definitely going to be a good boss fight. Is it too much to ask for? Just to have one decent boss fight? I mean, the levels are so complex. I mean, don't you think a good boss fight would have made it all worthwhile? Well, somebody didn't think so. Hey, you know what? At least it's not rings.
Then there's no time to waste.
Fuck! You want to know the worst thing about these ring levels? Right when you're getting the hang of it, the game will glitch and send you flying across the map for no goddamn motherfucking reason. So you have to backtrack or restart. The next level, you have to save Lois from Metallo. It's more of the same. Throw boxes, kill shadow people, fight robots, figure out bullshit puzzles. The hard part's when you have to escort Lois out of the level. You'd think it'd be easy. Just pick her up and fly, right? No. She has to run. Oh, did I say run? I wish. She sprints for a second, gets to a hallway, and then slowly strolls the rest of the way. Move! Move! Oh, come on, move! You can't even run ahead just a little bit and take out some shadow guys before she reaches them. If you get too far away, a shadow guy will spawn in front of her. And I'm so sick of saying shadow guy. So you're forced to watch her take every step toward the exit, which feels like it's 10,000 miles away. Okay, time to fight Metallo, a cybernetic creep with the brain of a mercenary and a heart made of kryptonite. Let's see how much of a challenge he is. Again?
Then there's no time to waste.
Again? Ah! So then you get to this parking garage stage, and it's a huge pile of ass. No, really, this thing is a shit behemoth. Really, it's like a moldy turd. I'd rather be impaled by a piss icicle. On top of that, there's a time limit and kryptonite that's slowly killing you. Ooh, time to take on Darkseid. Now, he's the strongest of Superman's opponents in the cartoon. So, let's see what's gonna happen here. Ooh boy, this is gonna be some serious shit. Glitched. Again. Now I gotta play that whole maze all over? Oh man, this game is such shit. I'd rather lick the asshole of a Thanagarian snare beast. So, rinse and repeat. Here we go. Darkseid again. Oh wait, I have that heat vision. Let me try that. Okay, this is working. Alright, I'm gonna have to use my fist here. Oh, okay. Come back. Oh, there he is. Alright, I got him. Oh, wait a minute. Huh. I have to drag him to the police now. Yeah, Darkseid, the ruler of Apocalypse, commander of armies of parademons, a new god who can shoot omega beams from his eyes, is just gonna go the regular police. Yeah, throw him in a cell with Bruno Mannheim. He'll be fine. And then after another round of rings, yeah, you know, I'm getting used to it at this point. I get this level where I have to rescue Emil Hamilton from Parasite. This level is actually pretty decent. The map is smaller, and the directions are more clear and precise. Also, you defeat the boss in a clever way. So all in all, it's a pretty decent level. There's only one problem. I keep falling through the map. Look at this! I broke the boundary! I'm on the outside of the game looking in! Break the boundaries of existence. Superior gameplay lets you exceed the laws of physics. Superman 64 is 64 times the awesome! So after that, you do more rings, big surprise, and then we're at a Subway. Not the fast food place, but the actual Subway. And it's the same stuff you'd expect. Flying around aimlessly, backtracking, yada yada. But then it turns into a real shit show when you have to do another escort mission. And this guy is worse than Lois. When enemies are close, you have to make sure he doesn't get hurt. So how do you keep him safe? By using your super breath and encasing him in ice. Well, I've seen Superman do lots of crazy things, but putting them in ice? Like, how do they breathe? How do they stay alive? Why am I asking you? Look at this shit. The guy gets to the exit, he thanks you, and you think that's it. But then he gets attacked on his way out and I can't go past the door. The only thing I can do is escape through the ceiling and hope the level ends before this guy gets killed. So here it is, the final ring level. But it's the worst of them all! There's rings underwater that go below the map, there's moving rings, there's even multiple ring paths that lead to false exits. Now that is just cruel. In a normal game, this might be challenging, but not when the controls are so broken. Ah, fuck! Fuck! Ass! Ugh. I can't do it. I need help. I need guidance. I need to learn to fly.
Where did you learn to fly?
Geez, that's a face I didn't miss.
Where did you learn to fly?
Not from playing Cybermorph, I can tell you that.
Where did you learn to fly?
I don't know. Top Gun Academy?
Where did you learn to fly?
I wish you'd ask Superman that. He can't fly for shit in this game.
Where did you learn to fly?
Actually, when preparing for this review, I looked into when Superman first flew. Early in the comics, he couldn't fly, but instead jumped really high. The earliest appearance of him flying was in Superman number 10. The artist working on the issue wasn't clear about Superman's powers and thought he could fly. so his first flight was by accident. It was quickly corrected in the next issue, and the next time the character flew was in the radio show. Finally, Superman would fly on screen in the old Fleischer cartoon. In both cases, his power of flight was given to him simply because the people making them really wanted to.
Where did you learn to fly?
I guess Superman never really did learn to fly. It was just a combination of dumb luck and people wanting him to fly.
Where did you learn to fly?
I know what you're saying. I don't really need to learn to fly through these rings. I just need to want it and hope for the best.
Where did you learn to fly?
Well, thanks for the encouragement, talking head from Cybermorph. Hey, I'm sorry I shot you with the super scope and called you an asshole that one time.
Where did you learn to fly?
All right. What the hell's this? I'm gone 5 minutes and already I have 4 replacements? Get out of here! Yeah, here we go. Here we go! Oh, I beat the rings! I beat the rings! No more fucking rings! But the nightmare isn't over yet. The final level takes place on Brainiac's spaceship, and it is the biggest pain in the ass you can imagine. I wish I could reverse the world's rotation and go back in time to destroy the computer this game was designed on. You have to find 12 pieces of a machine scattered all over. And the whole time, you have robots, crab people, and little tanks trying to mess up your day. And if you find all the pieces, Brainiac sends you to a room full of teleporters. The goal here is to get the numbers to add up to 2,000. And like the Luthor puzzle, I have no idea what to do, so I'm just gonna mess around. Sometimes I get the combination quick, other times the clock runs out and I lose. After that, you have to escort Jimmy and Lois to safety, and these idiots just stroll into a room full of lightning. You have to freeze them again and push them to safety, but be careful because you might push them off a bridge. After saving Lois and Jimmy, you have to fight Brainiac again, and if you're expecting something really exciting, well, you should know better by now. Once he's down, you destroy some bombs, and of course, another rings. Just kidding. Superman brings his friends to the real world, and Luthor gets away. I am so happy to be finished with this, I'm going to ignore that the camera is having a seizure. You want to know something else that's a real kick in the ass? In recent years, a ROM of the game surfaced, which was of the unreleased PlayStation version, and it actually looks alright. The levels look unique, the bad guys look cooler, the controls don't seem great, but it looks like they work. According to Titus, after all the changes they were forced to make for the Nintendo version, their license ran out and they couldn't release it. Instead, we got this rancid anus tart of a game vomiting green rings in our face. No! Please don't! Don't hurt the good, innocent games!